Hey, what's up, everybody? Got another box going downtown for international delivery, and I gotta do a video. Sorry it's so late. I meant to do a video also real quick on the mods I've done for the KLR. I have a LED safety light on the rear. The tail's eliminated because that thing just got broken off in the city from cars hitting it and stuff. Got a Pelican box on the back. I'm not a big fan of it, but you gotta have something to carry stuff. It's just impossible. You know, you gotta carry tools in New York, because if you break down. I got the Lex exhaust. I'm running Ken the K761 on the back. Metzeler Karoo 3 on the front. I just discovered that by accident. Choke eliminated chokes on the car because I kept having problems with that. And I got Oxford heater grips and an LED headlight. I got that from Revzilla. The H7, I think it was. It's pretty good. The LED on the rear with the safety flash, I got that also from Revzilla. Definitely recommend it. That's a big recommend. See, like something like this with a truck parked so you can't see around, I would highly recommend turning. I didn't want to turn this way, but I did because it's a total blind spot. It's like if a car, if I turn there and a car come from around, the truck is a two-way street, I get rammed. So stuff like that took me years to figure out. If you're looking to prolong your riding fun in New York, just kind of like want to avoid blind spots. Stuff like this, like I'm approaching here, I can't see who's walking. This would be a place where you'd hit a pedestrian, because I've had people jump out on me there. That's why I run Lex exhaust with no silencer tip, because I started to notice like people jumping out on me when I didn't have when I had the silencer tip in. So I found like the noise level on the bike right now a bit on the obnoxious side, you know, because I'm not really a big fan of loud exhaust, but like I said in my other videos, I would highly recommend this sound level if I were you, because at least people won't jump pedestrian, because a big problem in New York is pedestrians. And having a pedestrian jump out on you here is quite a scary event, you know. I've only hit one pedestrian, and it was late at night on 6th Avenue, and the guy was not at the light, and I had a GoPro recording the whole time. Yeah, so the guy, it was on 6th Avenue by Bleecker, and a guy jumped out. The guy just ran across the street. It was at night. And I hit him with my handguard right in the chest. He went down too. And I stopped. I said, "Are you alright?" He said, "Yeah, I'm fine." He was a young guy. And I said, "We're in the middle of the block." I said, "I hate to be an asshole, but we're in the middle of the block, and I'm recording on my GoPro." I said, "Do you want me to call the police?" But I said, "You know, you do understand that you're totally at fault on this accident." He was like, "Yeah, he totally was the nicest guy ever. I mean, he didn't argue at all. Like, sometimes I would imagine if you hit a pedestrian, they're immediately going to say, 'This is your fault 100%. I'm not even going to talk to you. I'm waiting for the police.' You know, that might be what would happen." But this guy was cool. He was like, "Yeah, if you got it on GoPro, I'm in the middle of the block. you're on a green. I was on a green, but you're in the middle of the block, so it doesn't matter anyway, because there's no light to tell anyone to go or not. I mean, but generally the rule is a pedestrian has the right of way no matter what. So technically I'm in the wrong, you know. But that's the only time, and that was 10 years ago. But ever since I loudened up my exhaust, I've never had a problem. They always hear me coming, which is a good thing. You know, I think I'm going to go this way. Fuck it. I'm going to take you guys a different way, because I keep going that way when I'm dropping boxes. I'll take this way. And I didn't want to go through the park, because last night when I came back through the park, there was black ice. And I'm not running my studs, so I don't want any problems with, I don't want any problems with sliding. My tires gripped right away, but I could feel a little bit of a break loose, and I was like, oh shit, you know. Black ice, definitely. Sorry about that. My mic is way too close to my nose. Actually, my wife said something about it. She was like, that's gross, you know, like you can hear everything you're saying and smelling and whatever and sounds, and she was like, that's gross. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry, I gotta figure something out. So probably gonna have to like move my mic away. It just records so well though, and when I'm flying, like if I'm hauling ass on the highway or something and I'm talking, the mic picks up very well. This Voya M1 mic is really good for noisy locations, but you know, the closer it is to your nose or mouth, you can hear everything. I mean, everything. Every little sound you make is going to come up on the mic. Oh, this is a nice ride through all the famous hotels. Gotta watch out for U-turns here. This is a place where cars make U-turns, because they'll pull over to pick someone up at the hotel, and they'll just slam a U-turn right in front of you. My neighbor got wiped out like that. Someone pulled a U-turn on 155th Street all the way uptown on him and hit the back of his bike. And luckily he didn't go down, but the guy, you should see the dent on his exhaust. It's like, what the hell? I'm amazed he didn't go down. He was on a Ninja 300. This is like a high-profile location to go through. Good place to get hassled by cops. You know, cops don't hassle you anywhere, but this would be the one location they would. Yeah, I gotta get some gas too. I'm like, I put my switch on reserve because I opened the tank before I left, and it's down there, you know, because I was hauling ass home last night, and I went out all the way out to Queens. I didn't film the whole thing because it was just too much. Man, that stuff smells coming out of there. Ugh, man. I bet you that's got all kinds of asbestos all over it. Because I used to do manhole work in New York, and I mean, the amount of asbestos is just unreal. Especially in the Con Ed manholes that do power. There's like, the shit's wrapped with like tons of asbestos and lead. They're real hazardous stuff. Yeah, so anyway, the KLR has that, it's got no fuel gauge at all, which is kind of retarded, but I mean, like I said, one good thing about the KLR is easy to fix. Well, I've never been, knock on bone, never been in a situation where I couldn't fix this thing on the side of the road. I've always been able to get it running. That's the only reason why I got that Pelican box on the back. I throw a bunch of tools in there, and unfortunately they have been stolen one time up in Harlem. That's gonna happen. I mean, Pelican box is real easy to break into. I mean, all you gotta do is put pliers on the lock and twist it right off. So I'm gonna jump on 2nd Avenue right here. So this is like a new way that I went, because normally I would just take 56th Street across, but this one I jumped on 2nd Avenue from here, from 59. It's not bad. Better view. 56th Street is just tight stuff, you know. Outdoor dining structures, and one time I was going through there with my wife on the back riding, and a van started to come over on us where I was right next to a dining structure, and man, she like bumped her knee, not bad, well, on one of those dining structures, and she freaked the hell out on me. She was just like, what the fuck? And I was so sorry. I was like, I'm really sorry. She freaked on me, like, big time. You know, she was like yelling at me. I just let her vent, and then because I was trying to let her vent so she could get back on the bike, because I could see like nothing happened to her knee. It was such a slow speed. I was going 5 miles an hour, you know. I would never go near something or cause a problem like that if I was going faster. But the van was coming over at me, and I had like a choice to break his mirror or come over a little bit, and I came over a little bit, and my judgment was a little off. Whenever my judgment's off when I'm driving and there's no passenger in the back, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Because, you know, the worst thing that happened is my handguard will hit, and these handguards are really beefy. They're custom made. So yeah, the handguard will whack, and then it'll break whatever it's hitting, actually. But when you have a back rider on, yeah, you got to be careful, because you don't know if you're going to cause a problem for your back rider. Just come right over without even looking. Well, this is a good 2nd Avenue run, though. Not bad. Just want to get ahead here a little bit. It's amazing, the subframe. Like, the only thing I've done for my subframe is replace the bolts. But they did snap off, though, because I mean, if you're driving with 45-pound boxes, you know, I put a heavier gauge bolt in there. I didn't actually buy the Eagle Mike kit where you drill it out. I just put a heavier bolt, you know. I just reamed it in there. Probably real stupid, though, because it was in a hurry, and of course it was on the side of the road. I could feel something weird like happening with the subframe, like bouncing. And I knew right away, oh boy, my subframe bolts are broken. And one of them fell out and the other one broke. But I was able to pull it out with like a locking pliers. Now in wet conditions like this, I found that Metzler Carew is actually, I don't believe it or not, is actually good. I was amazed. It was just totally by accident. I ordered that tire for my XR, and then winter came, and I was like, fuck it, I'll put it on the KLR. And I put it on, and man, I'll tell you what, that's a good tire. The Metzler Carew 3. It's a knobby looking tire, and I figured, oh, this thing is going to have horrible traction in the rain, but it's actually really good. On this white stuff, like when you brake, it doesn't break away. It just does its job. Really good tire, actually. I was quite amazed. That's how you do a technical weave when you're trying to get in front of a bunch of cars. Now this car, I'm turning here, so if you jump in front of that car in wet conditions like this, you'd be asking for trouble. And plus, he wasn't turning, so gotta watch out for this metal stuff too. A lot of metal stuff in New York that's slick. When I lived in LA, one of the things that I loved was if they put a metal plate down, California DOT, they would put a diamond plate on there, you know, so that you couldn't slip. But in New York, they don't do that. They'll just put something down, you know. Caltrans, that's who it is. I almost forgot the name for California Highway DOT. That's Caltrans. But Caltrans is definitely sophisticated. They study shit before they